So, 3, 2, 1, 5.
Welcome everyone to the New York Empire AUDL versus the Ottawa Outlaws game. I'm Trisha Sardo, and I will be your broadcaster for this evening with the wonderful Haley Manning.
Welcome everyone.
It's a beautiful evening up here in New Rochelle, New York. We are at Joseph F. Facina Field, wonderful stadium. The players are just now being introduced. The Ottawa Outlaws have all been introduced, and we are now having the New York Empire be introduced. So we'll let you listen to that and see them be introduced, and we'll be right back.
And the head coach, Irene Murray. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Tonight, the national anthem will be played by the New York Empire player, Elliot Lee. His number is 3. He's currently injured.
Great, and that was Elliot Lee with both the Canadian and American national anthems.
What a beautiful rendition of that. So we're going to get started in just a couple minutes, but Haley, we have quite a game in store tonight.
Yeah.
We have the Ottawa Outlaw. This is their first game of the season for them. And we have the New York Empire, who are coming off of a loss from the Toronto Rush last week. So I know that they're really looking for a win. And what do you think about Ottawa tonight?
I think Ottawa's excited. Right, like you said, it's their first game of the season. They have back-to-back games. They have another one tomorrow in DC. The commitment it takes to play from Ottawa, they have to travel a 7 hours drive here and a 5-hour drive tomorrow to play a 1 p.m. game in DC.
Yeah.
So, they're pumped and they're ready to go. They finished last season 6th place in the East Division with two wins. So I feel like they're probably looking to start out strong here.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I was talking to a couple of them before the game, and they said that they've been working incredibly hard in this off season. Their goal this season is to make playoffs, and they've been putting in the time for it. So hopefully we'll see that tonight. Tonight they also have a new coach that's come back. Hadrian Martins Kirkwood, who was their coach in 2016, took a hiatus in 2017 and is now back with them. So we should see some really strong offensive strategy from them.
Yeah, especially since, the 3 times they played New York last season, they were very close games. So
yes,
I know everyone is, really anxious to show their stuff here today and, see who comes out the victor.
Yeah. The New York Empire also has a new coach this year, the wonderful Eileen Murray. And since the Toronto Rush game, and before, but especially since the Toronto Rush game, when they noticed that their offense just wasn't really clicking on all cylinders, firing on all cylinders quite yet. So this past week at practice, they've been doing a lot more work on timing, on anticipation, finding the open person on the field and making sure to connect there on both sides of the disc. Last week, the Empire's defense, got a lot of turns, and they were able to punch it in a couple of times, but they could use some more work as well. So
absolutely, I really enjoyed when we spoke with the coaching staff on Thursday at their practice. Both Eileen Murray and assistant coach Isaiah Bryant, we're talking about how their focus is on their team, on gelling on the field. We asked them about what they're going to do for specific players, and they were like, we're really focusing on our team right now. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see how well the Empire can come together on offense and defense.
Yeah, and we spoke to Eileen Murray as well, and we asked her what her thought on offense is, and really her idea is to provide a framework for the players that they can fall back on when things start to fall apart on the field.
Yeah.
You never really know what's going to happen in an ultimate game. You don't know who's going to make a big play, or when you have the wind as a factor, how the disc flies. So they've been working on their framework, but she wants to allow the players to have creativity and have some improvisation on the field. They all are fantastic players. They all know how to play. They just need that basic language together, and then they can be creative from there.
Yeah.
So
it was fun to hear her talk about how the rules are a guideline, and she's trying to empower her players.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Make decisions. So it's great.
That's great. So we do have some players for you to watch tonight. We have Mike Drost, who is number 16. He's all the way on the left for the New York Empire.
The first pull is up. And the first swing throw to Harper. He's looking upfield. Finds number 66,
Jabron
Miser.
Over to Ben Yacht, number 69. And keeping it going to Calvin Klein, number 10, with a big shot up to Bo Kittredge. Bo Kittredge, definitely one of our players to watch tonight. Number 50, a new addition to the New York Empire, with an easy score for the New York Empire to put them up 1-0. As I said,
great.
Yeah, that was great.
Coming out strong with some energy here.
Right? I think the drills they've been doing on offense have been working.
Especially practicing and throwing in the wind, especially on Thursday.
Yes, Thursday was a very windy day. Tonight there's a light wind, but it's a beautiful evening here at Joseph F. Facina Field. Bo Kittredge, as I mentioned, definitely one of our players to watch. He's a new addition to the New York Empire's team. Number 50, he's the one who just scored that goal coming over from San Francisco. He has signed a 2-year deal with the New York Empire. He's very excited to be here. But he's a new player in their system.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They're working on where he fits best. And a big pull up from Marquez Brownlee, number 82 of the New York Empire. Over on to number 10, Alexander. He is one of Ottawa's main handlers, so watch out for him. To number 7, looking to swing the disc. In the New York Empire, the stall count is to 7, so they have to get the disc out of their hands faster. Nice defense by Ryan Drost, number 80. Matt Lamar now on defense. Hammer fake. Doesn't go with it. Those are the Alexander brothers.
Hammer is up.
Nice D from Jeff
play.
Babbitt, number 87 of the New York Empire. Let's go. What a fantastic player he is. He's definitely, I think, the best defender in the country right now, hands down. And when he shows those, that kind of athleticism, it's hard to beat that. I hope we'll see that throughout the rest of the game. To number 28, Ben Katz, looking up to Ryan Drost, number 80. Nice inside throw to Jeff Babbitt, number 87. Here's where double team, which is allowed in the AUDL. Big throw from Matt Lamar to Mike Drost, number 16. Just a few yards outside of the goal line. Looking for a back. You see that other double team again. Just a couple quick shots from Marquez Brownlee to number 28, Ben Katz.
It's a great play there. The New York offense really dealt with those double teams quite well. I mean,
yes, they did.
We spoke to the coach, on Thursday and asked, how do you coach your players to deal with the double team? And honestly, she said, I'm not too worried because my players are all strong throwers. And
very strong throwers.
A double team does leave somebody on offense open to be able to continue making plays. So, it's a risky decision on defense, I feel like. I don't know about you, Tricia.
Yeah, I would definitely agree, especially when you're moving downfield so quickly. What we just saw there was that a couple of the Ottawa defenders jumped off for a couple seconds when they were in tight spaces and they were all clustered in that area, just to provide some additional pressure. But as you mentioned, Haley, that leaves another person wide open. These are talented throwers, and they practice this all the time. A lot of them have been playing in the AUDL since its founding. So they're used to that, and it clearly did not shake the New York Empire's defense when they became on offense. All right, we have the Ottawa Outlaws back on offense. Number 30 with the disc. Moves over to number 10, Alexander. Looking to keep it going. High stall count. Nice swing pass around to number 9. Over to number 7. Nice I.O. down the middle, keeping it moving. The New York defense running a person-to-person defense. Ryan Drost asking for help. Big throw up, and number 7 with the goal. Ryan Drost couldn't get there. That was a great throw from the Ottawa Outlaws. Put it to only where Loiseau could get to it. That's his first goal of the night, and that puts the Ottawa Outlaws on the board. New York Empire 2, Ottawa Outlaws 1.
Yeah, that was a really nice movement there. I wonder what happened. I didn't quite see it. Did you catch what happened there on that switch on defense?
What I saw was that Ryan Drost was calling for help, and that his other defenders just couldn't pick it up in time. So then he tried to recover, but that put was just too perfect. I mean, even if he was right there with his person, that would have been a really hard D for Ryan's an amazing defender, but that would have been a hard D to get with the placement on that disc. So we have the pull coming back to the New York Empire offense. Jabron Meeser that is Josh Aloro, number 6'3", picking. Ooh, all right. Picking up the disc now to Jabron Meeser, number 66. Thrown on over center to Harper Garvey, number 24. Bo Kittredge wide open in the middle of the field. Maybe they're a little scared of deep looks to him now, Haley.
Yeah.
That's definitely what he's known for.
Yeah, sure. If you come off strong with a great cut like that, they're definitely going to be fronting him.
Exactly. Ben Yacht, number 69 on the sideline. Quick upline throw to Harper Garvey. Whoop. And there was a foul call. That's a 10-yard penalty. So New York gets to move the disc up 10 yards. Harper Garvey now about 15 yards outside of the end zone. Nice hammer throw. On over to Ben Yacht, number 69. Wonderful hammer. Harper Garvey has some fantastic throws.
That's some pretty clean end zone offense there. I know that, Coach Murray was talking about how they used vert stack in the end zone, and something that they focused on in practice this week was end zone efficiency. So far that was a pretty good resolution there.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, one of our players to watch tonight is Bo Kittredge. And last week versus the Toronto Rush, he was relatively ineffective in the end zone, but that's because the Toronto Rush were pushing him for undercuts, not allowing him to go into the end zone there. And I think that first point when he scored really nicely in the end zone, the Ottawa Outlaws are going to adjust and push him into the middle of the field a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
Here we go with New York Empire pulling to Ottawa. The score is currently 3-1 to the Empire. And they're going to take the disc at the center of the field. When a disc is pulled out of bounds, then the disc comes in 20 yards from the end zone line in the center of the field. We have a swing to number 72. And over to 9. Alexander swings. Here we go. Number 61 is Adam O'Donnell. Swings back to Alexander. Up the line.
Ryan Drost, number 80 on the mark.
Empire's looking here to contain this.
They want this break.
Nice
big throw, a little up in the air. And Marquez Brownlee, number 82 of the New York Empire, gets position. And let's see, who will we have picking this disc up?
That corner is a little hard for us to see.
Yeah, we apologize. That corner of the end zone is just a little difficult for us to see, but we are going to do our best tonight. Jeff Babbitt, number 87, picking up the disc to Mike Drost, number 16. Back to Babbitt. Back to Mike Drost. Nice movement here. They have played together before, and you can definitely tell. Mike Drost with the disc. Ben Katz shooting. Nice grab from Ryan Drost with a quick dish over to Ben Katz, number 28 of the New York Empire.
He landed just shy of the end zone there and was able to keep his calm and get it to Katz. That was a great play there.
Great play, and that was from Mike Drost to his brother Ryan Drost. They are identical twins. And they've been playing together for a very long time, so I know that there was some thought in Mike's head when he put that disc up that Ryan was going to come down with it, which he did.
Absolutely. So that puts Empire up 4-1. Here we go.
What a great grab. So something that we also would like for you to watch tonight are the Drost brothers and Matt Lamar, number 12, how they defend against Ottawa's really squirrely handlers. They have Derek Alexander, number 9, which we've mentioned his number a couple times now. He is such a magician with the disc and has great pivots back and forth, moves very quickly. You'll see Derek is in the back right now, number 9. Number 10 is his brother. Looking to keep the disc moving, number 16 with the disc. Pumping off an in cut back over to the sideline for number 30. New York Empire doing a great job containing here.
Almost had a poached.
Ooh, nice big throw. He's wide open. Ooh. Easy score, number 29 for the Ottawa Outlaws. That brings us to 4-2, still New York. Haley, what do you think happened there on defense?
It looked like number 29 just kind of got away from him there in the end zone, but they allowed that big huck off. He got that in power position and was able to put that up. That's a wonderful throw.
It was a wonderful throw. That throw, again, was in a position that Peter Kalmakis, number 18 of the New York Empire, had no play on that disc. New York Empire is still up 4-2. So Derek Alexander on the Ottawa Outlaws and Ken Alexander are half-brothers, and they've been playing together for a very long time. So you should watch them versus the Drost brothers, which will be really nice matchups. All right, and the pull's back in. Harper Garvey with the disc. Ben Yacht, number 69. Back on over. Harper Garvey again with the disc. Looking for some movement from the New York Empire. Ooh, and Bo can't come up with it again. They forced him under and just couldn't come up with that catch. New York Empire back on defense. This is their offensive line.
Put up from Ottawa. Oh, just missed it.
Just missed that. Great defense. They tried once again to put it a little too far.
Yeah, leading their competitor a little bit too much there.
Alex Isick with the disc. Swing pass on over. Keeping it going to Ben Yacht, number 69.
Oh, he has.
Oh.
No, Bo was making a cut deep, but the defense was too close there.
Keeping it going to Calvin Klein, number 10. Airmailed disc.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo Kittredge with the save. Number 50 to Harper Garvey. Nice upline throw. Harper, considering a hammer, decides to go with a little scoober over to Bo, who swings it.
Great dealing with the double team there.
Yeah, the double team is most effective when it's trapping someone on the sideline. This is a wider field here in the ABL. Woo!
And Bo Kittredge in the end zone.
Bo Kittredge with the save and with the score. That's Bo's second score of tonight for the New York Empire. They did a great job handling with that double team, Haley. As I was saying, it's most effective, the double team in the AUDL, when it's on the sideline. This field is wider than a field in USAU Ultimate. So, you know, players just aren't used to having to deal with that nearly as much.
Yeah, offense is absolutely an advantage. When you have a larger field like this, you know, it's easier to put that disc to space, and it's harder for the defense to really be able to guard all sides of the disc. So it's really cool to see the different strategies that come out there. And here we go. Number 23, Ryan Holmes.
With a nice big pull, center of the field, New York Empire coming on down. Again, Derek Alexander with the disc. Swinging on over, number 80, Ryan Drost on the mark. Easy throw up to 22. To Ken Alexander, number 10. Wazo trying to bail him out. Gets the disc on the line. Upline throw to number 30 for... That's Ellis on the Ottawa Outlaws. Nice bid from the New York Empire player.
That was a lot of great movement from Wazo on the Ottawa. You know, he got the disc every other and then was able to put it there right to Ellis in the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. That streaking cut from the center of the field can just be so deadly there.
I feel like the Empire needs to do some work here, you know, containing and not allowing so many open side cuts. That was definitely an open side. He was forcing.
That was an open side cut that he cut from the middle of the field to the back corner cone. It was a flat backhand throw, nothing fancy, and he just got beat there. Mm-hmm. The New York Empire is up 5-3.
Looks like Empire has one of their new players on the line, number 32, Lauren Doyle.
New addition this year. This is her first game with the New York Empire. She did not play last week. Harper Garvey with the disc to Jabron Meeser, number 66. You can see number 17. Woo! To Ben Yacht, number 69.
Oh, he's looking for
Faking
a throw, there's some trip up down there with the receiver.
Centering on over back to Ben Yacht. This New York Empire offense has got to keep moving. Big throw up to 17. Nice! Yeah. And he comes down with it.
Matt Cat Stevens comes down with the disc in the end zone.
That is Matt Cat Stevens for his first score of the evening. What great body awareness that he had there to ensure that he keeps his toes in the end zone for the score.
Great assist by Harper Garvey. Second assist so far of the game.
Yep. So the New York Empire is up 6-3. And there are 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in this quarter. We're still in the first quarter, and neither team has used their timeouts. Both teams have 2 timeouts per half.
Correct.
We have Marquez Brownlee with the disc. He's number 82. This is his first game with the New York Empire. He's also a new addition, a really athletic defender.
Great pull.
Great pull, all the way to the end zone line. They're coming down. They're playing person defense. Streaking cut across. Number 61 with the disc. There's been a call on the field, and the referees are going to confer. It seems that we had a little bit of a problem with the clock that the referees caught, stopped the game. The clock needs to be reset. It seems that it just wasn't started quite when play started as well. So as we mentioned, we have person defense right now. We have number 16, Mike Drost, and we're back in. 16, Mike Drost is on number 22, Arseno. He's a really... Whoop. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty with the clock. So, Alec Arseno, he's from out east. He's an incredibly fast player. He's a downfield receiver. You will very likely see him on AUDL top 10 plays. He had a lot of them last season, and he had great body weight.
Oh, so close on the D.
Ryan Drost, number 80, almost for the D on Wazo. Ryan put such
mark here by number 12.
Great pressure. Little floaty push pass up over the top. Marquez Brownlee can't get there. Back on over to 61. We have number 14, Maddie, on the mark. Back over to Wazo. Ooh, a blading flick. Up to number 61 for the score. It is New York Empire 6, Ottawa Outlaws 4.
Have you noticed any kind of strategy, Trisha? What kind of... It looks like they're forcing a little bit straight up there on the defense for the Empire.
Yes, I would definitely say they're forcing a little bit straight up. I think that they want them to put up those big throws.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more challenging. On the New York Empire defense, you have Ben Yacht, number 69, and Jeff Babbitt, number 87, who are fantastic downfield defenders. So, who, would welcome a challenge. A challenge down there, and if they were to put it up.
Yeah, that was just a great breakside throw to. The defense was trailing a little bit, but he was close.
Boucher with the pull from the Ottawa Outlaws. Centering on over. Ben Yacht with the disc, number 69. Nice, easy one-handed grab up from Jabron. Big push to Calvin Klein.
That was great.
Connor Klein, number 10 on the New York Empire. Not Calvin Klein, Connor Klein. What a great one-handed grab. Just went up there. That was Jabron Meeser with the assist, with a big throw to Connor Klein. That puts the New York Empire up 7-4.
That's some really clean movement there. It makes it fun to watch, right? When you have people making these big plays, and his defense was close, but he went for that disc.
So we do have a little bit of wind here tonight, but the New York Empire and the Outlaws don't seem to be.
No, I think this is relatively less, I know, than what they've had in practices in the past. And I know most of them expressed they're excited about this current weather. And, I'm not going to jinx it and talk about New York weather, though.
No, we've had a hard spring. And I know that has come into play for the New York Empire when they've been practicing. It's been hard to practice outside.
Because so it looks like there's maybe... there's a call here.
Calling it on the pull.
Okay, I believe that was likely on the spiking of the disc. Yeah, there looks like there was unsportsmanlike conduct call on spiking of the disc there in that score. So the umpire is pulling from behind the end zone.
And the Ottawa Outlaws had an advantage up at the 35-yard line. Oh, big throw up to number 7, Wazo, for the score.
It's a little hard to mentally, I think, to get your energy up after something like that. We just didn't see the umpire there putting on hard pressure.
Yeah,
that was a pretty quick score there.
Yeah, that's such a tough penalty. I know that Connor Klein was excited, but when the effects of that are that you have to pull from the back of your end zone and that the other team gets to start at the 35, like you've got to contain that, because that score that was just an easy point for them.
I'm interested to know more about. I personally don't know more about what constitutes as unsportsmanlike conduct in the AUDL, but I'm definitely going to look into that for the future. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I know there's another rule too as well, the integrity rule in the AUDL, when there's a call that can be made and the players feel like either a call wasn't made and there was some kind of travel or foul, or a call wasn't made that was incorrect, they can potentially override the referee's call.
Yes, definitely. That happened in the last game. Jabron Meeser with the disc, throwing up to Ben Yacht. Great cut, slashing across. Looking for the continuation to Josh Aloro. Looking to see what he has downfield. Bo Kittredge coming under again.
Wide open.
Boucher.
Great throw.
Wide open to number 17, Cat Stevens.
It was a great throw by Bo. He was put it out right to space to him and around the defense.
Yeah, that was great. That's Bo's first assist of the game. Bo currently has 1 assist and two scores. And that is Matt Cat Stevens' second goal of the game for the New York Empire. It is 8-5 Empire, and we have 3 minutes left in this quarter. Still 2 timeouts per team are available. In the New York Empire, timeouts are a really strategic decision on when you want to take it, because you can sub your entire line.
Correct. So
if the New York Empire gets a turn here, they could then take a timeout and put their entire offensive line onto the field. All right, so we have person defense. Ooh.
Looks like there's some contact there on that play. Yeah, there's contact called on the Empire defense on number 10, or preventing number 10, Alexander, from catching that disc. He's going to get it 10 yards up, and play will resume.
Nice D from Matt Lamar, number 12 on the New York Empire. Kind of baited that throw that was floating out into space. Lamar, just can't get there. Back onto defense.
Bit of a scramble here on defense. It looks like Empire's getting their person.
Trying to recover. Ryan Dross looking for who's he's covering. Babbitt now on the disc. Big hammer up to 22. Can he get there? Oh! Just out of reach. What a fantastic bid.
Not quite.
That bid was Arseno. That's who we were talking about earlier, who's going to be on highlight reels. He just needs to catch a couple of those, and that's what it is. Oh, we have a double team. Quick dump back to Lamar. Back up to 14.
That's really quick switching there on the defense by Ottawa.
Yep,
These two are containing this. They're containing it here in the end zone.
And this is Ottawa's offensive line, so they're playing great defense right now. Quick throw up to Jeff Babbitt. Marquez Brownlee looked off for the cut. Matt Lamar back into their own end zone, swinging across. Will he keep it in? He does, easily.
Matt Schaefer with the disc.
Keeping it going back to Lamar.
Still contained here in the end zone.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit up the center to Ben Katz. The double team again. What they're doing there on defense is just quickly dropping when the other player's into space. Nice throw up to Ryan Dross for some space, keeping it going to Ben Katz. Is just dropping off. Here we go. This is the offense that the New York Empire has been working on. Jeff Babbitt keeping it going. Looking for something. Back to Matt Lamar. Marquez Brownlee, 82. This is where they need to be patient with the disc. A break from your defensive line is worth so much. All right.
Timeout called.
Timeout called. This is what we were talking about with the timeout calls. We will see who else comes out in the field. I would not be surprised to see New York put their offensive line out there.
Correct.
They had great movement down the field, really were gelling, fast throws. As soon as one person caught the disc and they looked up, another person was open for the cut. But they seemed to stall out a little bit when they were at the end zone.
There were a few moments where they weren't really executing their go-to offense here tends to be a split stack where the initiation on the open side and then flowing into the break side. And it ends up looking a bit like a side stack, but I didn't really see that at the beginning or towards the end there as well.
Yeah. Again, that's what Eileen Murray, the coach of the New York Empire, was telling us, was that that's a framework for them to fall back on when they need it. So it looks like we do have some of the New York offense coming out. Harper Garvey, Ben Yacht,
Alexandra Isik.
But Jeff Babbitt from the defensive line still on the field. Bo Kittredge is out there now, all the way in the back of the stack. Offense is set. Defense is getting set. We're going to have a double team right away. As you can see, the two Ottawa players right there. Josh Aloro in the back. Ready for the reset. Ooh, nice throw from Harper Garvey. Threads it up the middle. Babbitt with the disc. Back to Aloro. Quick little double team. Blading throw up to Garvey. Nice IO to Yacht.
He's looking.
Bo Kittredge is calling for it. Harper Garvey. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! What a fantastic grab as time runs out from Bo Kittredge.
That is great.
That is Bo's third score of this game. Just as time expires, that puts the New York Empire up 8, and the Ottawa Outlaws, up 9, and the Ottawa Outlaws 5.
Yeah, that was great to see. You know, Bo was calling for it over there on the open side when Alaro had it on the sideline, but couldn't quite get it there. And then Garvey's hammer went up, and Bo came down with it. That was pretty impressive.
That was impressive.
I wonder, I know in the last interview he gave on that AUDL article, he talked about how cold weather isn't really his cup of tea. So it is much warmer today than I think last week.
Yes, it's a beautiful night.
Or is adapting to the New York weather.
Yeah, and learning the offense. The Outlaws are giving them more space, giving him more space to work with. So we have a nice little replay of the hammer from Harper Garvey to Bo Kittredge coming down with the score as the time expires. What a great grab. Great to see that again. So another player that we want you to watch tonight is Ben Yacht, number 69 on the New York Empire. In his last games against the Ottawa Outlaws last year, he had monster games and led the team in assists and Ds. He had 9 of his 22 Ds of his entire season last year in those two games alone. So we'll see. You know, the Outlaws are a new team. He hasn't been as effective yet tonight. He's been catching a lot of throws just up the middle, being a real workhorse for the New York Empire.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see if he can use his height and other strengths in the end zone to rack up the stats for himself a little bit later.
Also, the offense, not on the field as much since there's less scoring going on here, so we're getting to see a lot of the defensive players show us what they have right now.
All right, and we're about to resume play. We're in the second quarter. 12 minutes are on the clock.
Empire's up 9-5. It's a pretty exciting game so far. Some big plays.
Yeah, definitely. I know that I'm sure the Outlaws talked in their huddle about what they could do to adjust, both for Bo and how they can get their offense to run a little bit smoother. They've given up some pretty critical turns, and the New York Empire has capitalized on them. So we'll continue to watch. We have Ben Katz on the mark, number 28. Centering over Ryan Drost. Keeping it moving. Disc is on the sideline. Nice quick throw up the middle to number 9, Alexander. Little scooper up over. Again, the Empire playing person defense. Outlaws seem to be moving the disc pretty smoothly. Big swing pass. Alexander comes down with it, easily able to run it down. Now they're on their other sideline.
Great up the line cut from Arsenault.
Arsenault is typically
Hammer.
Big hammer.
Oh, wow.
For number 30, Ellis of the Outlaws to have a score. Mike Drost was there, but it seemed like his back was maybe a little bit turned to that disc.
Yeah, and I mean, he's going to, I guess you should expect anything, but that's generally not a high, percentage throw to throw a hammer right there to that space, but he was very, very precise there on that throw. It caught him, his receiver right where he was, and that was an amazing throw to see.
Yeah, Mike was a little bit off of his defender there.
Yeah.
So then when you have a hammer that's coming in quick and sharp like that, it's hard to recover to that space because that's a break side throw up and over the top.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little bit of a, he was trapped on the sideline. Arsenault was trapped on the sideline, and, he looked back for a swing. He didn't have anybody there, and he put that up, but, it first looked like a Hail Mary, but he really had that receiver in mind. Ellis came down with it right away.
Yeah. That puts Ottawa at 6, New York Empire 9. Big pull, New York offense back out on the field. Harper Garvey with the disc. Connor Klein with it. Jabron Meeser. Big throw up to Bo Kittredge. Into the end zone. Oh! Reached just a little bit too soon. Now the New York offense is going to have to play defense here. This could be a critical point for them. The New York Empire is up 9-6. Lauren Doyle on the mark. Keeping it moving. Oh, we have a big backhand going up.
Ben Yacht
to New York in the area. Ben Yacht with the D. Using his height to climb the ladder, just a couple rungs higher than the other players, to get to that disc first and knock it out of the air. Ben Yacht back with the disc. Looking for Connor Klein. Bo Kittredge underneath. Oh, and a miscommunication. I think Bo thought that disc was intended for Connor behind him. So we're back on, New York is back on defense with some quick swing passes to get the disc moving. In ultimate, the offense has to be able to also play defense. And it's a big throw up. Bo Kittredge in the area. Nice box out. Easy D for Bo Kittredge. Harper Garvey catching the disc. Connor Klein wide open. Now on the sideline. Big backhand cross field. Who is that intended for? I don't think they knew either.
Doesn't look like it.
There was a call. There's some discussion on the field about the call. Looks like it was a foul on the throw, and Connor Klein is going to get the disc back and move up. Still on the sideline. We'll see what he decides to do here. A little swing pass to Bo Kittredge, back in the handler space. Not typically where you see him. Easy upline cut for Bo from Harper, and puts it up to Harper, to Connor Klein, who comes down with it.
That's
What
great.
a sick grab from Connor Klein. Very similar to his last one. Went up, plucked it out of the air with pressure on.
Looks like there's a call on the play.
There
travel
was a
call.
travel called on the play. So it's going to go back, but that does not diminish how great that grab was by Connor Klein.
Absolutely not. See it again.
I know he wishes that could have counted. That's Bo Kittredge with the first travel called on him tonight. Swing to Harper Garvey. The New York offense is easily working the disc up.
It's a great
Nice throw to Ben Yacht, who had space. Connor Klein now catching the disc. The quick double team because they're on the sideline. Leaving Harper Garvey wide open. Ooh, nice
hammer.
big hammer.
Big hammer.
Ben Yacht goes up for
Yeah.
it and easily brings it down. That is Ben Yacht's first score of tonight. After a fantastic D on the other side of the field in that end zone. That is what we call an ultimate bookends for Ben Yacht. Because he had a big play on both sides of the disc.
Absolutely. There's multiple assists there in this game so far from Harper Garvey, and it's really great to watch a handler like that who can see those players open and take those big hammer risks. Not really a risk if you've got that hammer.
which he clearly does. He is such a strong and precise hammer. One of my favorite highlights from last year was a full field hammer from Harper Garvey.
Yeah.
Impressive thrower. And that was Ben Yacht on both sides of the disc again, our player to watch of tonight. I let him know that he was going to be my player to watch, so I hope he is thinking about that while he's out on the field. Well, while he's thinking about Ultimate too. But that it gives him that little extra fire. New York Empire on defense. Big throw goes up. Number 19 comes down with it. Little IO flick to number 16
Laurent Lazo.
for the score. That brings us to New York Empire 10, Ottawa Outlaws 7. And there's 7:48 left in the game.
Thank you, everyone listening, for sticking with us here when we try and pronounce these French names from the Ottawa. We did get a little bit of coaching on some names. We're trying our best. And so
Neither Haley or I studied French.
Nope. German, Spanish. That's it.
Yep. So we are doing our best here, which is probably why you'll hear us use more numbers on some of these plays. I would rather be respectful and use their number than butcher someone's name sometimes.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay, here we go with Empire receiving.
big pull. As you can see, wind really isn't a factor here tonight. There's a light breeze, but not really. Ooh. The Ottawa defense is coming out firing to 17. Cat Stevens, Harper Garvey back with the disc. Keeping it moving to Aloro. Moves it all the way to the other side of the field to Bo Kittredge. Bo's looking downfield. There's no movement there, so he decides to swing it back over to Aloro. We have Babbitt, number 87. Had to go strong to that disc.
Vignette with the disc.
Looking for something, decides to go with a quick reset to Cat Stevens. Has limited options. Aloro bails him out. Nice put up.
Wow.
Out into space. Can Bo get there?
Oh.
Ooh, just a little bit too much mustard on that disc. Took it out of bounds before Bo could run it down. And he did have position on both of those Ottawa defenders.
Here we go.
So now again, the New York Empire offense is playing defense. Big backhand put up. Bo Kittredge there. Can he get it?
Nope.
No, but he quickly puts on a mark. Trapped on the sideline. Ooh. Travel called. That's a penalty of 10 yards, moving them back. That also is helpful for Bo Kittredge, so he can stand back up. He fell over on that mark. Ooh, and we have another call. We had a pick call, which is another penalty of 10 yards. These are big errors for the Outlaws, who have a chance to score on the New York Empire's offense right now. They've just moved back 20 yards on two quick penalties that they didn't have to have.
Timeout called.
Timeout called. 5:46 left in the game. Empire 10, Ottawa 7. I wonder what substitutions we'll see. So tonight here at the game, a little bit about what's happening here. Tonight is high school night at the game. So high school players that wore their high school swag to the game got in for free.
Yep.
The New York Empire is incredibly active and supportive of the community. Here in New Rochelle, just this past week, they went to a high school. A couple of the players, Ben Katz, Jeff Babbitt, and Ben Yacht, went and did free clinics for some of the local high schools. Really investing in the youth players of this area and trying to help grow the sport. I think it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really great when I know that was a consideration that when we were talking with the owners on Thursday that they took into account when they chose their location is, a community that they wanted to get involved with and be able to employ local people when they help run these events at the stadium, and the proceeds from the concession stands go back to the youth sports in the area as well.
Exactly. Yep. The Empire does not receive any of the proceeds from the concessions. That goes back to to New Rochelle, which is fantastic. We also, and we're coming back in, had a couple of substitutions. We have the New York has their defense out there now. Lamar on the mark. Throw to over 61, Marquez Brownlee, using his athleticism and length to help contain that. Lamar back on. Oh, and we have a big hammer up. Easily brings it down. Oh, and what a block from Babbitt. They tried to get another hammer up and over and just couldn't get it over Babbitt. He's just a monster on defense. Ooh, and Ben Katz with a quick grab. Ryan Dross, number 80, with it. Ooh,
injury.
Seems like we have an injury there on that play. There's a little bit of contact.
I didn't quite catch the number of the player who's injured there.
I believe it's number 7.
Yeah.
Wazo.
Oh, Wazo.
Who is getting up and walking off the field. So Ottawa will put in another player for him, and the disc will stay where it is right now with Ryan Dross, number 80 of New York. So New York taking a risk with that timeout, putting in their defensive line, who quickly does get the turn.
Yeah.
And now they have the disc and the opportunity for a break here, which would be huge for them. A break is really a 2-point swing. The offense was expecting to get that point, not the defense. And then when the defense gets it, it's just that much more deadly. The offense is expected to score when they're on offense. Whoop. So we're moving the disc up the line. Ryan Drost calling for it, number 80 wide open. But they're going to keep moving it up the center. Harper Garvey with the disc. You can see how the defenders are putting their hands up now around Harper after those hammer throws that he was throwing. Big throw up to Ben Katz.
Wow.
For the score. Nice flat backhand out into space.
Yeah, that was great. Harper Garvey taking advantage of the double team, leaving his teammate wide open for an upline throw, and then continue from there for a score.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I mean, even though they were double teaming and they had their hands up, Harper still managed to get off a little scoober up over the top of them. That's just how good his throws are. So that puts the New York Empire at 11, Ottawa 7, and we have 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in this game, or in this quarter and in this half. We have some of the, we have the defensive line out for the New York Empire. Big pull from Ryan Holmes, number 23. Picking up the disc, Lamar taking up some nice space in the middle to prevent them from a quick throw there. Babbitt. Now Ryan on the mark. Little scoober up over the top to Alexander. Alexander looking. Just moving the disc. Has plenty of time to bring that down. Ryan Drost on the mark. They're looking for a reset. Ryan's putting on the nice additional pressure. Babbitt just quite can't get there. Ryan is such a great defender taking space. Saw how he went over to try to contain that break side, taking a wide angle, then recovering, keeping it going. Lamar now on. It looks like the Ottawa's frustrated.
Oh, put up a jump ball, but Ottawa still came down with it.
Yeah, Alexander throwing his arms up on that beforehand, like looking for cuts downfield, and because there was nothing there. There's a pick, so the throw will go back to Arsenault, and
10-yard penalty there.
Right. Seems like this New York defense is really frustrating the Outlaws right now.
Absolutely.
Big throw cross field. Just as a swing pass, Alexander came down with it. Great grab from Derek Alexander. Again, another little jump ball to 19. That's
Hammers up for the...
Oh, nice.
Bryce Ring there.
That's a great grab. Way to put your body on the line for the disc and came down with it. The New York defender recognized that they did not have position to make a bid on that disc, which is a safe play. And the Outlaw player just was able to bring it down. What a great bid. That was a great score.
It's a great score, but the offense in general didn't look that clean for Ottawa there.
No, definitely not.
There's a lot of open side cuts that were thwarted by the defense, and I'm interested to see how they decide to combat that.
Yeah, I mean, when your primary handler starts throwing his hands up and shrugging his shoulders when he looks downfield, that's never a good sign. But again, this is Ottawa's first game of the season, so I'm sure that they're working through their system, maybe trying to work through some of the kinks there. It's still a close game. It's Empire 11, Outlaws 8, and we have 2 minutes 50 seconds left. New York Empire on offense. Big throw up to Kittredge. Looking for a reset. Little throw up the middle. Keeping it going. Throwing back to Kittredge, who's in the handler position, to Garvey. It's interesting that Bo has been in the backfield a little bit more. I know that he wants to be, when I talked to some of the players about it, Bo was saying that he wants to put himself in more pressured situations around the disc. So, but definitely should not stop cutting deep because that's definitely a strength. Connor Klein with the disc, number 10. Big hammer up over into space to Bo Kittredge, who comes down with it. What a great throw from Connor Klein for the assist to Bo Kittredge. That is Kittredge's 4th goal of the game. We wondered just how impactful he would be this game, seeing after how in the last game the rush was able to stop him from those deep throws or those deep catches, and it seems like the Outlaws haven't quite figured that out yet. Empire's not upset about that.
No.
But that was also a great hammer, way to recognize who his receiver was. Connor Klein saw Bo over there in the other corner of the end zone, put it up over the top, and Kittredge had the height and the space to come down with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if, Bo Kittredge can, do some of these things like be handling more and being more pressure situations, because there are some great receivers on this team too. We've had Yacht, we've had Klein, we've had Ben Katz in the end zone multiple times now, and it's really great to see. There's a lot of great cutters on this team.
Yeah, when you have strong pieces like that, you can move them around equally, which is nice. Empire on defense, Ottawa with the disc. Little up the line throw. Keeping it going now on the sideline. This is Ken Alexander, number 10. Centering throw to Derek Alexander, number 9. Hammer throw cross field to number 30. Easily brings it down. Empire defense rushing to catch up. Ottawa Outlaws offense also rushing to catch up to recover, try to reset their stack there. Quick dish back to Alexander. Get another shrug, throwing up a hammer. Is he in? He is in! What great body awareness there. Towed the line for the throw. It seemed like he didn't have that many other options.
Nope. He did have two people over there on that side, so putting up a hammer at the last second is not the worst decision there.
It's not. And when you have it. When you have that throw, use it. And that'll do. I mean, it'll put a score on the board, so you can't complain about that. I wonder if they are going to come back and watch this and think about where they could have cleaned that up, maybe work on their spacing a little bit.
I mean, absolutely. The Empire's up 12-9, but by no means is that like a runaway game at this point. There's a lot of things that can happen. There's still a whole second half left. We have a minute 11 left in this second quarter before halftime. Let's see what they can do in the meantime.
So I'm sure the Empire will really want to score this one to go into halftime up 4, which would be great. Alora with the disc. On over to Meeser. Looking downfield, Ben Yacht running wide open. Number 69. Throwing over to Harper Garvey. Bo Kittredge again behind the disc. Throwing to Aloro. Aloro trapped on the sideline looking for a reset. Garvey cut, nice upline cut. Easily there. Back on over. A little bit of miscommunication there, but seems to get it off over to Meeser, who keeps it going to Aloro. Downfield, we have a couple cuts into spaces, but Ben Yacht takes over. Back over to Harper Garvey. This is when the Empire needs to be patient. We have 15 seconds left on the clock. Ooh! And a D there. The clock will continue to run. We have 5, 4, ooh, almost big D, and it goes up as time expires.
Too much coverage downfield there.
Too much coverage.
Was able to defend that throw.
Also great pressure back by the throwers to make them second guess, spend a little bit more time back there than what they would have liked.
Yeah. It's a great D there.
That was a great D by Ottawa.
Number 23, Lance Blackstock, excuse me. It was a really great D there. They came out with some energy, trying to get something to happen before the end of that quarter, but not quite.
Yeah. So we have the New York Empire 12, Ottawa Outlaws number 9 on this wonderful Saturday evening up in New Rochelle, New York at Joseph F. Facina Field. We have a couple of ads that we're going to show you from our sponsors and supporters. Also tonight, the restaurant sponsor of the New York Empire, Spectators Pub. I highly recommend that you come out to a game, and when you do, you should go to Spectators Pub afterwards. There are 2-for-1 apps, drink specials. It's right here in New Rochelle, and a lot of the players go and hang out there afterwards. So it's an awesome
on the way home to New York. That's what
to New York City.
Is, on the way home to New York City. So come out to a game. Go check that out afterwards.
All right, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. Empire 12, Outlaws 9. We'll be back in a bit.
Ultimate? Ultimate Frisbee? Yeah, you play that with dogs, right?
Excuse me?
Is it a sport? Or is it an adjective? Or what? I mean, what are we talking about here? What's so ultimate about it?
You can call it ultimate disc if you want.
Jeff, 2 words, foot and ball. Frankie, it's me. I got a guy for your arena football league. He's big. He's ruthless. He'll leave a quarterback toothless. 15 grand, you can have him.
Give the end zone a Babbitt with the layout score.
Nah, man. I'm good with ultimate.
Play more ultimate. The AUDL.
Say hello to the no braid. A-cab monks the hoes hoe like hoes hate. KY low up the low slate. Dealing with an MC. Now use that term low slate. J Records prefers the shepherds and low shade. Many of us ain't believe, guess they'll soon see. Mainstream in the fuss like nobody want us. Dropped 2 albums before I even got warmed up. Lay a short bet on the shore enough. Them versus us who's getting tossed up. Far from a toss up. I've been found but was lost when Lauren dropped lost ones. Shout out to the forefathers, this year's 4 sons. Cats rap like my fours, I'm after the false fronts. Welcome to the backlash, peace from the forefront. Young people that rap for hip hop, but really not hip hop. Chris Rock, so this is Mitch, while cocking your flint like money, your lips like money, I'm sorry.
Early recognition is critical. Teaches middle school PE classes about ultimate frisbee and cancer symptom awareness.
We're a registered nonprofit that advocates for an active, healthy lifestyle, body awareness, and speaking up if something is wrong.
Skills that, when it comes to cancer, can help save a life. Ultimate is a fast-paced team sport that's self-refereed, non-contact, and co-ed.
Spirit of the game is the foundation of Ultimate. That means we communicate respectfully, we're fair-minded, and we enjoy the game.
Ultimate is accessible to everyone. All you need is a frisbee and some friends. Our team of coaches is made up of experienced and passionate leaders from the Ultimate community.
We teach kids that playing fair is more important than winning.
We can come to your middle school and run your PE classes for the day. And if we're not in your area yet, we'll send you our clinic in a box, where we give you the resources to run your own.
Ultimate Frisbee is one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
Teachers and parents love Ultimate Frisbee.
We are Eric!
And we want to work with you and your school.
Hey, so what am I supposed to call you?
I'm you, man. Just smaller.
So, Jeffy?
Call me Little Babbitt.
Clever.
Whatever. Call me Ishmael. I don't care. Look, it's a beach. Let's go play that silly game you play. Frisbee, right? Come on, come on. Let's go. Yo, look at me. I'm playing Ultimate, man.
Throw the hammer.
There. Damn.
Don't worry, I got another one.
I'm a handler, not a cutter, Jeff. Wait, I need my gloves.
No! Come on, man. You gotta catch that.
Play more Ultimate. The AUDL.
All right, and we are back getting ready for the second half. About a minute and a half left of halftime right now. We have a bunch of people just throwing out on the field during halftime, having a little bit of fun, stretching out. As we mentioned, it's a beautiful night up here at Joseph F. Facina Field in New Rochelle, New York. And we have a great game, Haley. Yeah. It's 12-9, New York Empire over the Ottawa Outlaws. And what are we going to be looking for in this second half?
I know I'm going to be looking for how the offensive combat. So I've kind of noticed that both defenses are using sort of a forced middle kind of strategy, especially when the discs are kind of going towards the sidelines. Yeah. And, that's definitely a smart move with a huge field like this. You want to try and force these like skinny side hucks like into the middle where your players downfield know to defend that area. And so it's, in theory, hard to get a throw off around. So I'm curious to see if they keep up those defensive strategies, which in some instances were working to pressure the offense, and then what offenses are going to do there.
Yeah. That's a great observation, Haley. Because it is such a wide field, you want the throwers to have to put it into more traffic, which is going to be in the middle of the field, where the cutting lanes are. So we'll definitely be looking out for that. We're also still going to be watching our players to watch of tonight. Ben Yacht, number 69, who had some great defense. He had 1D and then immediately worked his way down the field, was a workhorse through the middle, and caught the goal on the other end. Bo Kittredge currently has 4 goals and 1 assist, all fantastic grabs. And then we're also watching how the New York defense combats Ottawa's squirrely handlers in Alexander and Oiseau, and then the monster cutter downfield, Arseno, who has been a little bit behind the disc as well. Yeah. Tonight, Kinley G from Ottawa, who is another one of their handlers, is not playing. I'm not sure why, but he was one that works really well with Alexander, but he's not in the game tonight. Yeah. All right, and we're in the second half. Empire on offense. Harper Garvey with the disc. Swinging over to the sideline. Coming back to Harper Garvey. A little bit wide, but Harper runs it down. Ooh, a big OI outside in flick to Ben Yacht. Just runs right nicely underneath it. Good fake. We have a quick double team. It came a little too late. Javron Meeser with it. Yacht calling for it. Meeser's going to holster and swing it back to Garvey. Good decision. Bo Kittredge again behind the disc. We've been seeing a lot of that tonight, Haley, where Bo has been a lot more aggressive about calling for the disc and putting him in positions where he is going to be receiving it in the back handler space.
I really like this motion that Empire has right now because nobody seems to, besides Garvey, seems to be sticking in the handler position. You have a lot of flow from players cutting and clearing out of that dump space for cutters to come back and fill those roles. And so you create a lot of movement. It's hard for the defense to really defend that. I think that's a good way to combat that force middle.
That's a great observation. Oh, no. Miscommunication between Garvey and Bo. Again, Bo just didn't go for it. And easy D from Ottawa. New York offense now on defense. Woo, diving catch from Bevan on Ottawa. Ooh, another diving catch. They're putting them just a little too far for their receivers.
It's Tyler Sadler.
You want them to make that easy. Hammer throw up just outside of the end zone. Little backhand. Number 17 with the disc. Ooh, a little flip and throw. And for the score. Garvey couldn't get there, but again, that was like curving in such a way. We have a little fun celebration over there. And that's hard for the New York offense to. They played defense the entire way down the field. Yeah. But that's hard to recover after they had been really nicely working the disc down. We saw some great offense there until that miscommunication from Garvey and Bo.
I'm not really sure what he was thinking in that instance. It really looked like the defender was already on the underside of Bo at the point when he threw it, but I'm sure in the field it looked a little bit different. Hopefully they can come back from that and not let it shake them. But that did bring Ottawa within 2 points. The score is 12-10 to Empire. 10 minutes left in this third quarter.
So it looks like New York Empire has actually put their defensive line out there to be receiving the disc. We have Mike and Ryan Drost, Matt Lamar, Jeff Babbitt, Marquez Brownlee, Ben Katz 28, and I believe that's Laura over there. Mike Drost with the disc. That's an interesting strategy for the New York Empire when their offensive line was probably pretty tired after that point. And their defense has been firing on all cylinders, has had a bit of rest. They were playing a lot of the points early on in the game.
Great up one
nice
cut in.
IO throw to Marquez Brownlee, who easily runs that down.
Potentially 2 receivers there with Ryan Drost and Marquez Brownlee. That was a great up the line cut there, and then put it into the end zone to 2 open players.
What a great throw. Really put a little bit of an inside-out touch on that throw so that it flattened out, could make it through the other defenders in that space. And Marquez is such a great athlete and was easily able to run that down. No contest at all. That's fantastic for the New York Empire that their defense was able to come out and play such a smooth and clean offensive point for them. I really like that decision by Eileen Murray, the new coach of the New York Empire, and the other coaches. When something's working and something else is not working, put in what's working.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there's a good chance for the O-line to, regroup a little bit and have a chat about what they see and what they don't see working at the moment.
Exactly. So New York back up 3. We have 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in this third quarter of the second half. Mike Drost back out there. Ooh! Just quite misses it. Ottawa still with the discs. A little bit of handler movement between them. Alexander with a big hammer. Ooh, and Mike Drost just can't come down with that. Went up. Ottawa bringing it down. Great pressure. Looking back for a dump. New York defense playing really hard right now. Definitely still playing person. Trying to contain it. Hopefully getting another break. Ooh, and we just have a bobble there by Derek Alexander. That's not typical of him. So I hope that the New York Empire definitely takes advantage of that. Mike Drost coming up for airmail up over the top of him. Number 43 with the disc. Back to 16. Putting it up, 2 defenders in the area, but Alexander plucks it down pretty easily. Looking for someone. Decides to go with the hammer across field as his swing. Why not? Mike Drost on the mark, putting his hands up high to help prevent any future hammers. Let's see, we have Derek Alexander again with the disc. Looking a little frustrated that there wasn't anything open downfield. New York defense playing really hard right now. Ooh, and another just bop off of his hands. You hate to see that. Yeah. I'm sure that, but the Empire is excited to see that. I mean,
yeah,
they get a second chance to take advantage of an error that really, isn't a typical error. Brownlee up. Ooh, 2 in the space, and neither one of them can come down with it. Ottawa back with possession. One of our longer points of this evening. So you can tell that the players are starting to slow down just a little bit. But everyone's still playing really hard. Mike Drost on D. Again, hands up to block anything over the top, which can just be so deadly to the defense. Marquez Brownlee on the D. Looking for something big. Backhand, but there has been a call. There was a timeout called, but it looks like it was before the throw. 6:59 left in the game. New York up 13-10 over the Outlaws. There's a timeout. I'm sure that we will see some substitutions there.
Yeah,
as I mentioned, this is one of the longer points that we've had this game, and you could tell that the players.
They're working hard there. Marcus Brownlee trying to come down with another goal. That previous goal was his first goal with the New York Empire. You know, it was a little heartbreaking there. He had 2 players open, but just couldn't quite get it. For Ottawa's offense, you know, it was a little bit that little inside dish from Alexander to Arsenault. You know, it's obvious these guys have played a lot of small ball together. It's really cool to see their movement. I really enjoy seeing that, but you know, that's kind of the point of that defensive strategy on Empire's part, is to force a lot of little throws, and you know, some of those small mistakes are going to come out, especially in a high pressure situation.
Yeah, definitely. Someone on the Outlaws, number 14, is back this season. Mike Lee hasn't been nearly as effective as what I would have anticipated, but I mean, we still have a lot of game left. He's coming back from an ACL tear last season. He tore it 9 minutes into his first game of the season last year, which is just a devastating. Just devastating. It's awful. But he's been working really, really hard, leading the team in their workouts. He's one of the leaders in their workout sheets, is what they said. So he's got a fire. He's got something to come back out and prove. He had fantastic seasons in 2015 and 2016. So I don't believe he's out there, but definitely wanted to give him a shout out. Little dish up over the top to Alexander. Keeping it moving to Octorloni. Octorloni keeps it moving. Back to Alexander. And up, we're on the sideline. Centering throw. Alexander's looking. Doesn't have many options. The defense is clamping down. Goes with the high release backhand over the top. Big mark. He puts it up. Alexander streaking deep. Can he get it?
Yeah.
And he does.
Wow.
Goes on up for it over Ryan Drost, I believe. That was a great movement there. A little bit of give and go.
Yeah.
As soon as Alexander dished that throw back, he was streaking up line for it. He knew that was coming.
Absolutely.
that was planned.
You can tell the chemistry here from those players. You know, it's not great that they are having to, you know, they don't have a lot of options in the middle of the field there. They're having to force it up the line. But if they have the chemistry and they know each other well enough, then, you know, they put that up. He knows he's going to come down with it.
Yeah, definitely. As I mentioned, it's a beautiful night here. But now the Outlaws are within striking distance. They are just down 2. Empire 13, Outlaws 11, and we have 6 minutes 25 seconds left in this game. The crowd is going wild. They're very excited. We've had some really nice big plays, and they've enjoyed it. Ooh, a bit of miscommunication, but Garvey tracks it down. Quick double team, leaving a lower row open on the side. Nice throw up the middle to Meeser. To Bo, who is just in a nice spot. Keeping it going to Yacht, number 69. Looking downfield, no options there. Decides to turn back to Garvey. Bo again back in the handler position. Harper, the big backhand over to Meeser, number 66. Streaking cut from Yacht, and he gets it. Great movement from the New York Empire.
Yeah, some great team offense there.
That was great team offense. Almost every player touched the disc on that one. Lots of movement back and forth on the side of the field. Way to be patient and keep it going. And Ben Yacht just beat his person. He had the steps for it. Meeser recognized that and threw a nice flat backhand break throw, a little bit of an outside in so that it put it just to where Yacht was for that score to keep the distance of 3 so that the New York Empire is up 14-11. The Empire needs to step on the gas here, Haley. I know that they don't want Ottawa to come back into striking distance.
Absolutely not.
There's still a lot of time left in this game. We have 5 minutes 48 seconds in the third quarter, and we have a whole nother fourth quarter coming. Nice replay of Ben Yacht catching that goal. That is Ben Yacht's second goal of the game. Again, one of my players to watch.
It's a great pull by Brownlee.
Little dish up over the top from Alexander. Faked it a couple times, decided to finally go through with it. Brownlee, nice marks from the handlers.
Oh, stall called.
That's a fantastic mark on them.
Yeah.
So that was just a stall called. Again, stall in the AUDL is to 7. And you could really tell that the defenders back on the other handlers on the reset, like Matt Lamar, number 12, were working really hard with it. Jeff Babbitt with the disc, moving it over to Maddie. Faking, nice up the middle, easy to Marquez Brownlee.
Second score.
His second score of the game, number 82. This is exactly what the New York Empire wants, is they want to put their foot on the gas and run away with this game.
Yeah.
That was great team defense on the handlers to force the stall there.
Yeah, I feel like the stall call, it's a little bit tough to hear or to see coming sometimes, especially if this is Ottawa's first game of the season, shaking off of being used to hearing the stall count. So in AUDL, you don't hear a stall count from your defender. The referees do the stall count themselves.
Right.
And so, at 7 seconds, sometimes that can come a lot quicker than you expect if you don't hear that cadence. You have to be, making sure you pay attention in your head to that one. So I'm sure they're just going to shake that one off and get right back to it.
Yeah, definitely. Marquez Brownlee with the score. He plays on a club team called Garden State. This is his first season with the New York Empire. He played on the Philadelphia Phoenix last year. All right, but we are back on defense. Ryan Droston Babbitt in the disc area. Babbitt on the mark. Outlaws again, looking for some downfield throws. Aren't seeing them, so... Ooh! Oh! Great D! I believe that is Mike Drost, number 16, with a big D for the New York Empire. He was AUDL's Player of the Week last week and game MVP in the game against Toronto Rush with some fantastic defense that he played and scoring some very acrobatic goals. So the defense is now on offense. Babbitt with the disc for the Empire. Ryan Drost wide open on the sideline, looking for that reset. Oh, and it goes with a big throw out into space. Oh,
wow.
And Mike Drost pulls it down, number 16, for the New York Empire.
Great.
To continue widening the gap. The score for the New York Empire is 16, Ottawa Outlaws 11. That was Mike Drost on the D to give the New York Empire possession, and he was rewarded with a big throw and earned it pulling it down.
That was great to watch.
That was great. This is fun ultimate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is
Definitely.
a fun game.
Some big plays here. And that puts Empire up 5 points now, 16-11, with about 4 minutes left in the quarter.
And that was Mike Drost's first goal of the game. He had, I believe, 4 goals last game. So
I didn't quite catch the assist there. Who threw that one?
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that either.
It's a little far over on that side. It's hard to read the jersey number.
So the Outlaws in a position where they need this score. Empire scored the last couple.
And pull one out of bounds, so Outlaw gets the disc 20 yards up in the middle of the field.
And we're in. Woo! Ben Katz baits that throw. Number 16 didn't even see it. He was coming. Ben knew it was going to go there, struck across, and got it. Ben Katz with the disc, back on over to 12. Keeping the disc movement. Great movement. Oh. And there's been a call. There was a pick call. Moving the disc back. Maddie with the disc. Gives the New York Empire a chance to reset. Ben Katz with the cut up. Maddie looking it off for Matt Lamar. Ryan Drost wide open. Moving it back. Good movement. Ben Katz with the disc. Looking for the assist. And he gets it! cute little celebration there. Yeah. I believe that was Maddie with the goal, number 14. Katz with the D and with the assist on that point. And the New York Empire pulls just a little bit further away, 17-11. Big quarter for the New York Empire. They've got to keep this up, and I know Ottawa is definitely feeling the pressure.
Absolutely, and the energy on the Empire side, some of these celebrations is, it's fun to see, and the crowd's really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. And the Empire were coming off of a loss to the Toronto Rush, so I know that they really, really want this win as well.
Must feel good.
Bring their record to 1-1 for the season, but we're not there yet, so they've still got it. They've got to keep working, keep digging, and earn it. New York defense coming down strong. Person defense. A little bit of a miscommunication there on the defensive side, but they've recovered. Back to person. Ottawa looking for their cuts up. Big cut up the middle for guard it. Yards. Big throw. Can he get there? Just a little too far for him.
Number 19, Bryce Ring, tried to run that one down. Just not quite there.
Not quite. The throw was also had a lot of spin on it and was moving out of bounds. Mike Drost with a big throw up to Ryan Holmes to Ryan Drost out into space, and Ryan Drost with the score.
Go Ryan.
From Ryan Holmes. Ryan to Ryan connection there. Yep. That's cute. The Empire took, there's now a timeout called. That was some great movement off of the turn there. Mike Drost with a big throw to Ryan Holmes. Ryan Holmes to Ryan Drost for the score. When you can score in 3 throws.
Yep.
I mean, that was 2 throws. 2 throws. 3 players.
Yeah. Great movement.
Those quick scores are what's going to keep the New York defense fresh. Score and get off the field.
Yeah, and that was Ottawa's second timeout here in this half.
So Ottawa is out of timeouts for this half, which, as we discussed earlier, they will not be able to use that in a pressured, strategic way later on in the game in order to swap out their offense or defensive line for them.
Great replay of that.
Great replay. Mike Drost, big throw. So it was 3 throws. Quick to Mike Drost. Nice outside in, coming down at a good angle, and another throw. Ryan easily sees it and is able to run it down for the New York Empire. Pretty sure that was just a 5-point run for the New York Empire, bringing them up 18-11 over the Ottawa Outlaws. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in this quarter, but we have a whole nother quarter after that of game and play. This is definitely not over. That was just Ottawa's second timeout, and I'm sure that they took that in order to try to stop the run, to stop the momentum from New York Empire, who is riding high on a bunch of big breaks.
Absolutely.
Big breaks there. So we'll see what they've decided to do coming out of that timeout. Maybe talk about some of their positioning, their spacing there, but there's only so much that you can adjust mid-game. I'm sure they'll take a little bit more time after this quarter, in between quarters, to discuss that as well. But definitely trying to break the momentum of the New York Empire, who has just been so aggressive and on defense, and then has quickly been able to score.
Here we go, Ottawa.
New York coming down strong and fast. Here we have Ottawa with the disc. Alexander throwing over the far sideline. Big throw up. They want a quick. Number 22, Arsenault with the disc. Nice backhand.
It's a pretty good answer after a timeout, I think.
That's a great answer after the timeout. They definitely wanted to break the New York's flow, and they did it.
They started off here with a side stack to try and create some space for their players. Didn't need to move it too much, though, with somebody wide open deep there.
And both Mike Drost and Marquez Brownlee just couldn't quite get into position to make a play on those discs, but I mean that was great movement from Ottawa to bring them within 6 I'd say if you're Ottawa, that's what you needed right now.
Yeah,
you need at that point right now.
Now, what do they need on
Stop
their
the
defensive
bleeding
line
a little
to try and
bit.
get some conversions here?
Exactly. That's exactly what they need. We've seen their offense struggling a little bit. I don't think we've seen a break from Ottawa. Maybe one in this game.
I don't think so.
Big pull up to Aloro, going to center over to Garvey. Defense is right there on them. Seems like they're playing back on their people a little bit, giving them the upline cuts. Harper with the disc. Bo Kittredge open. Big throw from Harper Garvey.
Not quite in the end zone.
Up to Benyat, not quite in the end zone, a couple yards out. Nice little flat backhand. And brings it down. That is, I believe, to Jabron Meeser, number 66, from Benyat, who, after that big backhand from Harper Garvey, just goes in the air, uses his size, attacks the disc, grabs it, and just throws a little flat backhand out into space. Little tight, just a little tight, but Jabron Meeser attacks the disc, really goes for it, and the Ottawa defender just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these players are dangerous on offense on both sides of throwing assists and catching scores. They've done both in this game. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's really great to see some of their chemistry there.
Is that Benyat's first assist of this game? I believe so.
It's the first one I've marked. There could have been a few.
But Jabron Meeser right now with 1 assist and 1 goal in the game. All right, and New York back on defense. We've been here before. Alexander with the disc. Matt Lamar on Alexander. 61 picks it up, looking for a quick movement. The Outlaws really need to get their offense running, and that is just a turfed throw from the Outlaw player. Shank picks it up to Ryan Drost, who pulls it down. Number 80 for his second score. Great timing and positioning from both of them. That is Shashank Alati, number 2 for the New York Empire. That's his first assist of the game. Great throw to Ryan Drost. As soon as Alati had that disc, Ryan made the cut up the line. And he put it in just such a position. And Ryan also went for that disc. He attacked it. That's something that the New York Empire does really well, is that no one just stands there and waits for the disc. They don't even slow down. They attack every single one. So that was a little bit of a cannon on that throw, but Ryan...
That was great.
Ryan can handle it.
Second score for Ryan Drost.
Second score for Ryan Drost.
Both in this quarter.
Yes, both in this quarter. His brother Mike Drost has 1 goal in this game and 1 huge D. So we are going to keep going. Oh, disc is pulled out of bounds. So again, because the disc was pulled out of bounds, they get to move it to the center of the field. So their offense gets to set. The Ottawa offense trying a side stack again. The initiation coming from this close sideline to us. Oh!
Big mistake there.
That's Arseto with just the bop off of his hands.
Looked like he was just looking a little bit, turned his head a little bit downfield. And
yeah, maybe thinking about the next throw that he's going to make. And his hands didn't quite close it. Brownlee with the disc. Big throw up to Katz, who keeps it going to Ryan Holmes. Is that, sorry, that's TJ Stanton, number 8. TJ Stanton with the goal for the New York Empire. That is his first goal of the evening. We had some nice movement after the drop on this side of the field. They moved the disc in 2 throws to the other side of the field and then moved it straight into the end zone from there. You can't ask for much more from there. That was a fantastic play.
Smooth offense. It was great.
Some smooth offense from the New York defensive line there on an unforced error made by the Ottawa Outlaws. That is Ottawa's 3rd unforced error of this game.
So.
3 little drops like that.
Yep.
I mean, these are great players, but sometimes you just your hands and your brain don't talk to each other.
The Empire's being ruthless on taking advantage of
yes, they are,
those
as they should be.
You have to be able to convert on those, and they are.
So we have 48 seconds left in this quarter. Ottawa with the disc. New York defenders tightening up, looking to keep going, having some pressure back, keeps it moving to 89, finds a lot more yards, back to 29, centering back. We have a little bit of a cluster in the middle. Ottawa's trying to clean that up, find more space, which number 23 does. With a big cut, New York defense. Is just suffocating. Oop, we have some contact there. That's a foul on the New York Empire, and the Ottawa is gonna be able to move the disc up 10 yards there. And so the clock stops for that, and it will restart on the first throw, which is different. Oop, backhand into coverage. And Babbitt had the catch block. What a sick grab from Jeff Babbitt. But we have a player down on the field. Taking some time. There were 2 New York players in the area.
Looks like
walking off under his own
Matt
power.
Schaefer's going to be.
That's Matt Schaefer. A little shaken up after that play. I would not want to be going up against Jeff Babbitt, whether or not he's on my own team.
Absolutely.
Just a big athletic defender, uses his space well and is great in the air. Comes up with a huge catch block for the New York Empire. 11 seconds left. Marquez Brownlee with the disc. 10 seconds left. 6, 5. Keeping it going. 3. Will he get it up and out? Josh Alora with a huge throw as time expires. Can they make it?
Oh.
Lots.
Visible awe from the crowd there.
Visible awe. Lots of New York Empire players in the area after a really sick catch block by Jeff Babbitt to give New York possession. I cannot wait to go back and watch that play. Maybe slow it down a couple times. So we have New York Empire up 21, Ottawa Outlaws 12. New York Empire in this quarter has stepped on the gas, and the train's pulling out of the station. If the Outlaws can't get it together in this quarter, we're going to see pretty quickly that this game is over.
Yeah, absolutely. Empire's offense has been very clean this quarter especially, and you have some even players who weren't making big plays in the first half are making some great plays. Like we said, Ryan Drost, 2 scores here in this quarter alone. It's really great to see some players stepping up and showing us what they have here.
So someone is getting asked to the prom out on the field, which is really sweet.
Unclear what the answer is.
Unclear. Yeah, it's unclear
we'll keep you posted,
what the answer is. A young woman is holding up a sign that says "Geo Prom?" ? There's some cute drawings on it. She's on the phone, just kind of looking around, wondering if Geo will go to the prom with her. Again, as we mentioned, it is high school night here at the New York Empire game. Gio, will you go to prom with her? I hope you're listening.
Maybe he's watching.
I hope you're watching and listening. Maybe you're in the crowd. She's looking for him. For her. We'll see.
We'll see. We might not have resolution to this, but at least we'll have resolution
My
to this.
heart is pounding so hard for her. Someone give her an answer. I think it's unresolved.
Unresolved.
Unresolved. We're not sure.
It's okay. Good thing we have an ultimate game.
Good thing we have another awesome quarter of Ultimate coming up for us. 12 minutes left in this game. We'll see if I want to know about Geo, Haley.
I know.
Oh, it is high school night here. The New York Empire doing great work in the community. They had clinics this past week. They're doing more clinics coming up this week for the youth. And tonight, if you wore your high school gear, you got in for free. Big pull from Marquez Brownlee. Woo! All the way to the end zone line. New York Empire coming down person defense. Trying to stuff it here. Seems to put up a little bit of a desperation backhand. Into some coverage. Big flick. Marquez Brownlee in the area with the D.
Wow. Is it a call on the play?
There was a call, but it looks like they are going to... We will see.
No call.
No call. No call. So Marquez Brownlee coming with a huge defensive play for the New York Empire. Ben Katz receiving the disc. New York defense once again going to work. TJ Stanton back to Ben Katz. Keep moving it up to Matt Lamar, number 12. Oop, a little bit of an outside in, but Aloro brings it down easily. Brownlee using his athleticism. Big throw to TJ Stanton for the score. That is TJ Stanton's second goal of this game.
Yeah. That's true. Second goal of his career.
Yes, that's right. He is a rookie on the New York Empire. And we're excited to have him.
I keep thinking there's a train running by nearby, but it's actually the crowd when there's a score. They're all stamping their feet, and they're really excited. Empire winning this game.
They are. So the home crowd loves all of these big throws and defensive plays that the Empire is making, and the Empire is running away with it. So that train is also going, Haley. That train is pulling out of the station.
There you go, Trisha.
It is New York Empire 22 over the Ottawa Outlaws 12. 10 minutes, 54 seconds left in the game. The Ottawa Outlaws have used both of their timeouts for this half already. They used them in the third quarter. So New York Empire still has 2 if they do decide that they need to use them. Give their defensive line a break, maybe. We do have some of the second line of the defense out here, giving some of the other players a break. Ottawa Outlaws moving it up pretty smoothly on the field. Just some quick throws back and forth, trying to get their spacing down. Little dish pass up over the top. Arseno pulls it down, keeps it moving over to number 30. Flat backhand. Back to 61. Ooh, got a little hammer fake. We know that they have those throws.
Yeah, you absolutely need to react to that hammer potential.
Ottawa needs this goal. They are just about 10 yards outside of their end zone. Need to stop the bleeding. Ooh, nice grab up and over. Hammers up and easily comes down for the score. Ottawa needed that point, Haley.
Yeah, they did. That was a great decision making by Alexander. There's a few times where he did have somebody open that was just wasn't quite what was going to work out, and he was patient and waited. And that was great.
Yeah, New York defense playing great defense on that point, forcing them to keep swinging the disc, clogging downfield a little bit, but Ottawa just kept moving. They were patient. And they really waited until the open person was open. And
absolutely.
They were able to get it. Still no resolution on the prom question, if I know y'all are wondering out there. But maybe we'll find out and we'll ask the Empire to post it on Facebook or something after the game whether or not Gio's going to prom with her. Here we go. New York Empire back on offense. It's been a while since the offensive line has been out there. They should be really well rested. Harper Garvey with the disc in the center. Nice throw over to Cat Stevens, number 17. Backhand up to Bo Kittredge. Quick dishes over to Cat Stevens. Back to Bo, who's in the handler position. Over to Harper Garvey. Keeping it moving to Jabron Meeser. What an athletic cutter Jabron is. Looking back,
defense is doing a pretty good job there of pressuring these throws and keeping it contained in the backfield.
They are, but New York is being really patient. They've moved the disc from one sideline to the other sideline effortlessly. We're having some deep. Whoop, we have a nice deep throw coming down, just inches outside of the goal line. Throws to Bo, but there's been a travel call on that throw, so that I'll actually go back to the thrower and back them up a little bit. The crowd does not like that call, but the New York Empire is patient, and Harper Garvey has the disc, and they're going to continue to work it here. Nice break throw from Harper Garvey, sliding catch from, I believe that's Isaac.
Yep.
Back to Garvey. Laura with it to the end zone for Cat Stevens, who's just inside the end zone line for the score, and that'll count. Nice body positioning from Cat Stevens to ensure his toes were in the end zone on that one. Haley, what can this Ottawa offense, what can they do at this stage?
I don't know. I mean, their offense did do some pretty good work in that last point that they were out. And so I'm hoping to see that again from them. They did have some great movement, and of course, just the chemistry between Alexander and Arsenault, and Bryce Ring was out there as a handler as well. I think that the offense is doing what they can, and I hope they continue for this quarter.
Yeah.
Defense, though, no.
Yeah.
To see them step it up here, you got to get some conversions.
The Ottawa's defense.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
The game is currently a 10-point game with Empire up 23 to Ottawa 13. And we have 8.5 minutes left in this quarter.
Alexander with the disc. Coming up quick, back to Alexander. Keeping the disc moving. This is the kind of offense that the Outlaws need, is just some smooth swings, keeping the disc moving, patient, finding their cutters. Right now it seems to be a lot of handler swings back and forth. Woo! Nice bid from Ryan Drost. He wanted that one. Inches away from that.
Close.
Recovers, is back on his person. Outlaws continuing to move the disc. Big throw up. Ryan Drost there, and gets position over Outlaw player number 61. That's O'Donnell. Ryan Drost, so smart, such a smart player. And especially after that big bid that he had, slid across, got back up. The throw went up. He recovered, closed the gap in order to get position on that disc so that the Ottawa player just couldn't get there. Big throw up from Lamar over to Mike Drost, his brother, outside the end zone.
Not quite.
Lamar with the disc, inches outside the end zone. Ben Katz, quick throw to TJ Stanton for the score.
Yeah, it looks like Ottawa's offense kind of lost a little bit of their wind there in that little, having to play defense on them. It's just, I can imagine that's a lot of pressure, and it's a little bit heartbreaking to miss out on that chance there in the end zone. The way that Drost positioned himself, O'Donnell really didn't have a chance to even bid for that. So
exactly. Great defensive play by Ryan Drost in order to give the Empire the possession on that point. Then they moved up the field, and Mike Drost with a nice catch just inches outside of the end zone, moved it over to Ben Katz, who then put it into TJ Stanton for the goal. That is TJ Stanton's third goal of this game. As we look at the stats right now, Haley, they are all across the board. This is a real team win thus far in terms of assists and goals. There's no one player that is dominating. Kittredge in the second quarter? Or in the third quarter. Really had some big plays. First half. Big bid from Shashank. Couldn't quite get there. Ottawa moving the disc down. Ben Yacht on the mark. Keeping the disc. Ryan Holmes there, 14. This is... and a little bit of a miscommunication. Boucher with the goal. Went up for it, pulled it down.
Looks like TJ Stanton just, he made the decision to try and get there on the double team, but by switching there, left a man open in the end zone. No, it was a good point about, these players, their stats are, there's a lot of players with both assists and goals, and, when you're building a squad, it's great to have people that are deep like that. I can see why Eileen, Coach Murray was, talking about how she's not too worried about most of her players. If they get double teamed, they can throw around it, or they're talented enough to know how to deal with those situations. You can tell that they're definitely working on their team chemistry right now, and especially with a chance like this in a game they've pulled away ahead quite a bit by 10 still. So they get a chance to work out some of these things and try some new strategies.
Yeah, definitely put in some players, give them some more playing time. I wonder if the Outlaws are gonna, if they're gonna keep playing hard through it,
that pull,
or if they're gonna decide to call the game, knowing that they have another game. The Outlaws are playing a doubleheader. They have another game tomorrow. Right. Ooh, big throw over the top.
It's a turn.
Neither could get to it. Turn.
Lauren Doyle on the mark. This is her 4th or 5th point on for this game, in her first game with the Empire.
Ottawa keeping the disc moving all the way to the other side of the field, looking downfield. Nice inline cut from Ottawa player number 11. Keeping it on that same third, dishing it back a little bit. Looking to maybe center, seeing what their options are. Yep, centering on over. Are they in? Yes, they are. Ottawa with the score there.
Wow.
Ottawa had some nice movement, was trapped on that sideline for just a couple stalls, and had that low release backhand so that the Ottawa player ended up barrel rolling to catch it.
To see that, Ottawa
acrobatic
catch. Put in some, punish the offense of the Empire for turning it over there.
Exactly.
Take it, convert on that chance. That's
good. That throw is just airmailed over Ben Yacht's head, which doesn't typically happen. That's usually his bread and butter, going up into the air and bringing things down. So it was an extra high throw if Ben's not bringing that one down. And New York not able to get the possession back. Ottawa with a couple nice throws and a very acrobatic barrel roll catch there to bring them within 9. New York back on offense. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the game. Up to Kat Stevens, over to Bo Kittredge. Bo Kittredge back to Harper Garvey. Harper with a nice flat round backhand up to Jabron Meeser. Meeser faking a big throw, decides to go with a nice cut that Ben Yacht made. Little outside in throw over to Bo Kittredge, who's all alone over there. Bo Kittredge with a big hammer to Ben Yacht with space. Wide open. Nice decision by Bo Kittredge. Decision and execution, because you can decide to throw that.
This is great to see. I feel like, based on watching last game as well, Kittredge seems to be gelling really well with the handler and cutter squad here on the offense.
Yeah, definitely. That is Ben Yacht's 3rd goal of the game. Now currently tied with Matt Cat Stevens and TJ Stanton for goals in this game. But Bo Kittredge is actually leading in goals with 4 goals in this game and 2 assists. So a really big game from Bo Kittredge. I know last week, as we said, he wasn't as impactful on the field, whether that's how Toronto ended up defending him or not, but or whether it was a gelling thing, whatever it was, it's gone. That was a nice hammer from Bo Kittredge to Ben Yacht for the score. So we have Ottawa picking up the disc, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. New York back up 10 over the Ottawa Outlaws. Matt Lamar, number 12, on the mark. Lamar is a fantastic handler defender. Is always put on the best handler on the other team, which is Derek Alexander on the Ottawa Outlaws.
Nice.
Big throw. Marquez Brownlee in the air.
Oh my gosh,
the D.
Okay.
Great defensive athletic play from Marquez Brownlee.
It's a great D play. From this angle, it looked like there would have been a second chance from the Ottawa offense, but
Marquez, Marquez just hit it out of the area.
And he was ready to go.
Went up with a lot of force. Just out of his reach, and he lays out for it. Marquez Brownlee back with the disc. Looking for an option. Decides to go up in the middle. Into some traffic.
Incomplete there.
Incomplete. Number 20 on Ottawa. Renaud? Number 20 on Ottawa with the disc and the D on that point. Number 30, faking hammer, Brownlee on the mark. Keeping it moving. Nice upline cut from Ottawa. Flat backhand out into space. TJ. One-on-one matchup. And TJ Stanton with the D. What a great job positioning from TJ Stanton. Took the inside line there, went up, and got the defensive play to give the New York Empire the disc back. Ryan Drost with the disc on the sideline. Swings it back over to Mike Drost, number 16. Faking some hammers. Decides to go with the flat flick to TJ Stanton, who just had that fantastic D. There's been a call.
Timeout called.
Timeout called. Ryan Drost not happy with that call from the New York Empire. I think they really wanted to continue to work the disc up.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think it's a decent call there. You know, you have two opportunities that weren't completed, and you had to make two big plays to get it back, which is great to see, but not ideal. So I think it's a good call by the coach to slow things down a little bit and kind of refocus the offense here.
Yeah, definitely. So as we mentioned before, in the AUDL, when you call a timeout, you can sub your entire line. So as we can see right now on the field, it looks like the Empire has put out their offensive line and pulled their defensive line back. Ryan Drost was not happy about that, though. I
didn't see that part.
He wanted to keep going with let the defense run it. We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. The Empire is up 10, 25, 15, and has just used their first timeout of this half in order to put out their offensive line, hoping to keep the pedal on the gas and pull away with this game.
Yeah, such a great D by Marquez Brownlee. That was, and TJ Stanton as well, both in the end zone. Both big plays there. Yeah,
but I'm sure Coach Murray was like, okay, now we put in our offensive line here. They did have the space, but that's all right. Josh Alora with the disc, looking up to Javron Meeser. Nice cut, lots of movement there. Back up. Great upline cut. The Ottawa defenders are really pushing, keeping New York trapped over on the sideline. Harper Garvey with the disc. Harper has all of these break throws, so really any side of the field is nice play by the Ottawa defender there. Couldn't quite get to it. Back to Harper Garvey with a big outside-in throw to Benyat.
Wow.
For the score. Put that throw only where Benyat could get to it. It's my player of the week to watch, Benyat. This is his fourth goal, tying him with Bo Kittredge for leading goals on the team. But that was really a fantastic throw from Harper Garvey. Nice outside in, put it to the corner. Benyat had position, and Boucher just couldn't get there.
Yeah, there was a little bit of, stagnation there, kind of getting towards the end zone, but they utilized their swing really well to open up space, and they were able to get it to a player there on the break side.
Yeah, and Harper has all of those throws. That was a break side throw, but the defender had shifted over for a little bit more of a straight up mark there, which gave Harper just enough room to easily put that throw. The defender was trying to recover, was a bit straight up, and Harper took advantage of that for the score to Yacht.
Here we go. Less than 3 minutes left in this game.
New York Empire up 11. Ottawa on offense, trying to move the disc. They're going to need a lot of scores in a short amount of time in order to pull this one out, but anything is possible. New York Empire still playing really hard on defense. Jeff Babbitt, little quick double team there. Ryan Drost on the mark. Great pressure from Ryan Drost there, forcing the error on number 20, Renault.
I almost want to mark that as a D, but it's not really a direct D.
It's not, exactly.
But it was really good pressure there. It was like a threat of a foot block was enough.
Exactly. Forced him to try to throw it to the outside. Otherwise, Ryan was going to get that. Ryan with the disc up to Babbitt. Babbitt looking upfield. Woo! This little over his head catch from Mike Drost there. Still on the sideline. Puts up an outside in throw to get it back to the center to Jeff Babbitt. Shashank wide open. He's looking for a big backhand. Faked it. Good holster. Didn't see it there. Came up, but Ryan Holmes will not holster. Put a big outside in to Mike Drost, number 16 of the New York Empire. Great movement from the New York Empire there. A couple of good holsters when the people just didn't quite have position, waiting for the right timing, and Mike Drost had the great position there. Nice throw from Ryan Holmes, inside out flick to the end zone for Mike Drost to pull it down easily. Putting the Empire up 27 over Ottawa 15. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this game. Ottawa still has their big players out there.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good chance. Again, it's their first game of the season, so, they probably want to just work on their chemistry here. I mean, it's a great chance.
That's a great point, Haley.
It's a good night and to play Ultimate, and, why not try and work on some of that chemistry before the game against DC tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yeah, definitely. New York Empire's next home game is May 5th. So you should definitely come out to watch in this wonderful stadium, Joseph F. Facina Field in New Rochelle, New York. It's a wonderful night, and it's just going to keep getting warmer here, so we hope to see you out here. New York Empire is also...
turn.
And we have a turn. So New York Empire back on offense. With just over a minute left in the game.
Ottawa.
So... he's Ben Yacht's pointing, telling I think TJ Stanton where he wanted him to go. Marquez Brownlee with the disc. Nice
break.
Nice break up to Ryan Drost, over to Ben Katz. Quick flick to Ben Yacht. Ben Yacht wanted it. He wanted it. Good holster, recentering over to Ben Katz, who puts it a little low, but Ryan Drost comes up with it. Nice flat backhand to Shashank. Inches outside, quick backhand to Marcus Brownlee, number 82 for the New York Empire.
This is great decision making there and quick thinking by Lottie, getting that. He didn't quite have it in the end zone. He immediately saw Brownlee open and was able to put that to him.
Yeah, that was a great grab by him. It was just a little bit outside of a comfortable reach, but not difficult for Shashank to just reach on over there and grab it. So we hope to see you out here at a game. The New York Empire is up 28-15 right now with 35 seconds left. The New York Empire also wants to give a shout out to a bunch of their sponsors. Discraft is a wonderful sponsor of the New York Empire and has wonderful discs, many of which are available for purchase here at the game when you come. New York Empire is also sponsored by Chubb Insurance and Match Fit Performance. Match Fit Performance works with all of the players on their agility and speed work, running form, and everything that's tailored specifically to Ultimate for these players, but they tailor all of their workouts to everyone. So nice custom workouts. Ottawa with the possession. We have 18 seconds left in the game. Ottawa moving it up. Nice big outside in flick. Just under 10 seconds. 7.
Nice.
Putting it up.
That was a great find.
Great find from the Ottawa Outlaw players.
Through two big, bladey throws, but very precise. Again, that's the talent of some of these throwers here on Ottawa. They do have some very talented handlers.
So, It worked. It worked. But again, I think when they go back to watch this, that's not going to be ideal. What you want is they should take a look at the New York Empire's offense on this game. Nice flat backhands, continuation, swinging the disc from side to side of the field, taking their time. You shouldn't have to make tricky, hard throws like that.
But they are fun to watch.
It should be easy. They are fun to watch. It makes for a fun game.
I'm excited to see how they do against DC tomorrow. Their defense really, I'm sure they're going to be regrouping on their defense for Ottawa to see what they can do to tighten up there and stop some offenses like Empire that are flowing so well.
Yeah, definitely. So New York with the disc, less than a second left, and time expires with Ryan draws with the disc.
Yeah.
And that is game. New York Empire 28, Ottawa Outlaws 16. Thank you all for tuning in.
I believe Trisha will be back for the next few weeks.
I will.
With Amelia Murphy to be commentating on these games. I myself will be back at some point in June. This has been really great. Yeah. It's an exciting game. It's fun to watch. A lot of big plays.
A lot of big plays. New York Empire really showing that they had worked on their offense. Definitely gelling and clicking as a team. Ottawa Outlaws, I'm sure they're going to be disappointed with this performance as the first start of their season after having worked really hard and putting a lot of time in. But it's the first game.
Yeah, it's the first game. They did have some great things too. I mean, their offense really, they do have a lot of talented players, and it looks like they're just gonna have to make some adjustments. But
yeah, they're gonna go back. They're gonna work on it.
They were also fun to watch.
Exactly. All right. So this is Trisha Serto and Haley Manning signing off. We hope to see you at a game in New Rochelle, New York soon. Next home game is on May 5th. Empire goes on the road. So we'll see you back here on May 5th.
Yep. Thank you.